Hey, I'm Jen with Clarity, and I just want to come to you and ask, have you ever said, I need clarity in my life? Ever, 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 ever. If I could just have a little clarity, if I could just see a little clearer. Well, I want to share with you a few ideas, a couple thoughts, things I've heard over and over and over again, and the reason that we come to you as clarity guides to help you in this river of life. So, I was hearing a lot recently that if I just could have a little bit more clarity, things would be so much easier. Some people even say, do you have days where you have immense clarity? Have you ever experienced those days where you have absolutely just, you're in flow, everything's going well, clear, tasks are being done, you have that rush of immense clarity. And then other days when you just aren't in a groove, there's no rhythm, there's like resistance points at every single spot. I don't know if you can see it or not, but resistance, observing resistance in the river. We use this tool of a river, the Clarity Journey Map, because a river is so similar to what we experience in the ebbs and flows and the eddies and going over a waterfall. So similar to this thing we call life. And what would it be if I just could see the path? If I knew what I was supposed to do? What is my calling? If I knew what my calling was, I think I would be a force. I know I would be a force, actually. Well, there's something super neat about this tool called Clarity. It's actually a suite of 3 tools, and you'll hear us talk about them from time to time. So make sure that you tune in regularly, pop in with us on a regular basis. We would love the opportunity to get to know you better and know what really excites you and see where it is that you may be struggling with clarity, or you might have an abundance of clarity, and celebrate those abundant wins with you on a regular basis. So I would love to share with you a little bit about clarity, and the fact is that we've started this conversation with, I need more clarity in my life. What would my life look like if I had more clarity? So I need more clarity in my life. We would love to help you. So there's a lot of this piece that we use in this river of what would it look like to start dreaming and refine your focus and live in distinction, gathering clues, design your vision. Well, so often in this life, people are telling us what to do. They are telling us. There are tons of advice and opinions out there, but aren't they exhausting? I don't know about you, but they are truly exhausting to me. Unless it's my idea, unless it's a spark from within me, then it is absolutely exhausting, sometimes debilitating. So what we want to focus on with you and what we encourage for you to do with yourself is there's that little spring within you. There's those thoughts that you've had that you may not have acted on yet, that you might have pushed back, that you may have hidden from others because of their opinions, because of the advice, because of the input that we have received from others that might not have been in alignment with who we are and what we want. So we are thrilled to share with you that the difference when it comes to clarity, when it comes to getting lights on clues about you, is what is it that energizes you? What is it that fuels you? Even if we're just looking at this very moment, it could be a situation that you're going through. It could be a conversation that you had that's very difficult. It could be a big shift and change. Do I stay in this job or do I take a leap of faith and go somewhere else? I also heard today another person saying, what is the difference between taking a risk or and jumping into the river, jumping in all in, or actually going with the plan that we've had all along? But what if the river is actually your plan and it's your life and it's nobody else's? because that's when the difference comes. If it's your river, if it's what excites you and energizes you and what you're passionate about, then that's wholeheartedly, hands down, completely different. That's a game changer, is when it's yours, when it's your gift. So I ask you, with this thing that it is that you're seeking more clarity, that you're saying, I need more clarity in my life, is it with a specific piece, or is it with the overarching everything? Is it with what's my calling? What's my passion? What's my purpose here on the planet? So let's narrow in. Comment below. We would love to know what it is specifically that you're working through, or reach out to us. We're here at all times to be able to support you. But the key to answering this question is to start dreaming and refine your focus, gathering clues to what is specific to you. What is specific to that well of energy that cannot be tamed at all when you are excited about whatever it is. Whether it's making that choice and decision and you're really just trying to get clear on, do I go this way or do I go that way? Well, I just encourage you, if you're going to go this way, if we're going to take a left instead of a right, but we have this choice of left or right, one of them feels different than the other. So I want you to take a few moments whenever you're making a choice, whenever you're desiring and seeking out clarity in your life. Does this one feel lighter, or does this one feel heavier? And when we follow the light, when we follow the ease, when we follow the steps on the journey that energize us and bring vitality back to us, instead of following the things that somebody else told us to do and working a certain amount of time that someone else told us to do and following a career path that someone else encouraged us to do. They may have been inspired by it, so we might have been inspired by it, but those motivations and those inspirations only last so long. When it's yours and when it's light and where there's that energy and you can't get enough of it, that's yours. That's that internal igniting. That's that internal well and spring of excitement and joy and passion. So most of the time when we are seeking clarity, when we are saying, I need more clarity in my life, it's because we are operating on the rules of somebody else or the ideals of something else. And it's not in alignment with who we are. So I just ask you today to start afresh, start anew in each situation. This might be just making a choice to go left or right. It could be very simple. And if it is, then gather clues, refine your focus, figure out which one feels better. Which one do I have more excitement about? Do I think about more? Which one drains me and do I worry about? Worry is a negative prayer. So if we're constantly worrying, then there's something that's not in alignment. But if we're trusting, if we're diving into abundance and excitement and joy, and that is fueling us, then we can go for a really long time, and it's totally different energy. So I encourage you to make a list of things that you love and make a list of things that aren't working for you in your life, and slowly begin to peel away the things that aren't working. Because as we do that, more clarity shows up in our lives. So I hope this is somewhat helpful for you today. Feel free to go ahead, like, subscribe, share, comment, whatever channel this is that you might find it on. And we would love to know more about who you are, what you're up to, and what excites and energizes you, so that you can figure out what you can clear that fog. You can clear the things out of your life that are not allowing you to see, so you can answer that question. I need more clarity in my life. Where might it be? Where can you get that from? You can get that from that well of energy inside yourself. And this suite of 3 tools, this is just one. The other one is really what excites you and what energizes you. And as clarity guides and coaches, we follow that light that you radiate throughout your life. And so we encourage you to start to pay attention. Where am I lighting up? Where am I getting excited about things? Write those down at the end of the day. Become your own coach. Become your own detective and figure those things out. And the other is an amazing tool called the Clarity, Attention, and Choice Point Guide. And it's a bunch of words. So when we're scrambled in our brain and things aren't feeling clear, things aren't resonating, we can find out where we are and flip the switch. Turn the light switch on and figure out how to gain more clarity in our lives. So thank you so much for joining me today. I will see you very soon, and go ahead and check out all of our other videos so that we can continue to support you in your journey. Have a phenomenal Lights On day.